Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to today's video. For those of you who are new, this may be your first time coming across my channel, watching one of my videos, which means you are probably not yet subscribed. Welcome, my name is Tyler with an O, and for those of you who are already subscribed, already my people, and just returning for another video, welcome on back. First of all, I don't know what this lighting situation is gonna give because I'm in my sunroom, which mind you, it is very hot. But also we're doing like natural lighting, teas, and then I'm gonna be doing makeup, so I just wanted to see what it was gonna give. I don't even too much got nowhere to go, nothing to do, so I don't know. It's a Friday, so hopefully something just come up. Somebody wanna do something, you know. And I already will be ready, okay? I'm saying that, but truth be told, if somebody were to hit me up like right now and was like, hey, let's go. Well, no, I would probably go. My social meter just be really running out sometimes, and like now it be like noticeable to me. I think I used to have really bad FOMO, like to the point where I would just like agree to do shit and stuff just because, well, for one, I'm just a very loyal person. So that's like, for starters. I feel like I'm a very reliable person, and just generally I try to treat people how I would like to be treated. So with that being said, when it comes to my friends, you know, if my friends ever want me to accompany them somewhere or to an event or something, 9 times out of 10 I'm going to say yes. Because when the tables are turned, and this is not the way to live, you cannot go around putting expectations or expecting people to behave or think or feel or have the same values as you do. Just putting that out there right now, life lesson, okay? If you don't learn nothing from this video today, learn that, girl. Do not go around placing expectations on people because it is going to lead to disappointment. Now back to what I was saying. Because I know if the tables were turned and like I had somewhere that I really wanted to go or an event I wanted to go to, but I maybe didn't want to go by myself, you know, I could be nervous, I don't know, you know, there's a lot of different reasons, whatever. It would be nice to have somebody reliable that I know like I can call and they will come with me, you know, type shit. And so I like to be that person for my friends. And also I like to get out and stuff. So for the most part, you know, it ends up kind of being just a win-win situation. Oh my god, I can't believe I just did my foundation before my brows. You know, I usually always come out here with my brows done, but I was like,
no, I'm just gonna do my brows in the video and we chat and catch up.
I should have did my brows because now I forgot. I mean, I could do my brows on camera technically, but I just feel like it's one of those things I gotta concentrate once I start doing my brows, and then I stop talking, and then y'all just gonna be sitting here in silence while I get these brows together. Anyways, yeah, y'all know I don't play by my brows, so I'm going to do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Whew. Okay, I am back. The brows are on, the brows are snatched, the brows are sitting. However, try to do your makeup in natural daylight, because this is the same little makeup eyebrow pomade that I've been using, and I never, you know, seen a little issue with it, whatever. This wasn't like my normal thing. If you want to know, I actually use this Maybelline dark brown it's like a retractable eyeliner, and I get this and an angled brush, and I get it on the brush, coat the brush, and then I do my eyebrows with the angled brush. But lately I kind of been wanting to dig into like a pomade because I just feel like, I don't know. So all that to say, I've been using this for like a little while now and I've never had any issue with it. But now that I'm doing my makeup in the daytime, I'm realizing that I don't like the shade of this eyebrow product. It looks dark brown, you know, but it applies, it's kind of gray. And now that I'm even just looking at it in the daytime, this is giving a little gray. I ain't like it. Now, I'm not saying that this product is like bad or whatever. A lot of it probably has to do with the fact that I just put it on top of my foundation, which is the sole reason I always do my eyebrows before my foundation, because the brow product doesn't go well on top of like the oils and stuff in a foundation. So I like to put it on bare skin because then it shows up like darker and more opaque and not gray. But I digress. But yeah, I don't know if maybe it's because, you know, since I've moved to a new state and spend majority of my time by myself, sometimes I just find it really nice to like not have to appease people all the time, and that is even down to like the way you act around people or just being in public and stuff. And like, you know, you want to look a certain way, you want to speak a certain way, you got to be friendly to people, you got to like laugh and all that little what are they called, pleasure, what are they called, little pleasantries, shit like that. And you know what, this is kind of like a good little example or whatever. So I started going to a little open mic poetry thing every week. Before we get into this topic, I just want to like honorable mention that I just really recommend like everybody check out an event like that at some point. Like, I don't know, maybe poetry is not a lot of people's thing, maybe that's something that you might find boring, but I think that I would at least want you to experience it first, because I can see how you can think that, but once you go, it just, at least for me, it just totally exceeded my expectations of what my ideas about poetry and spoken word and open mic and stuff was. And just seeing the depth and seeing the creativity that these people have with language and with words to express some shit. And it is such like a freedom that they have when they put their words into art. You can see that people are a lot more comfortable expressing shit that they may be afraid saying, that they might not be along the status quo. And it's just really such a admirable display of self-expression through language. And a lot of these people, you know, they write a lot of the things that they can't say in the times that they're experiencing whatever it was that they're experiencing, and they do it so beautifully. And then for them to just, you know, come on stage in front of a bunch of strangers, and I love it. It's like a cool little, you know, creative, artistic community, and everybody's like very supportive of each other and everything, and it's just so cool. It's so refreshing, especially to see that amongst Black people, because, you know, where I'm from, we didn't really have Black events like that, and if we did, they didn't last for too long because they always got shut down or places don't want to host us and shit like that. And so it was just like, I don't know, so coming here and being able to like go somewhere to see like Black art, and that's a lot of places here, and this has a lot to do with why I moved here. It's just like seeing like Black artists and creatives like networking and stuff. It's just so great. But anyways, so at the event, you know, like there's usually a host that hosts events, brings out the performers and everything like that. And I understand like when you're hosting an event and entertaining and everything, like the need to crowd engagement, and you want to get people active and involved and energized and excited to be there. And also it is kind of like a reciprocal thing of like, I'm on stage performing, I'm giving you energy. You know, entertainers, hosts, all of that, they like to receive the energy back. I understand. So as the hostess hosts a little poetry thing, there are little things that they teach the crowd, like, you know, here at this event, whenever I say these words, you say this type shit. Or, you know, poets will ask you sometimes like, okay, every time you hear the word this, say this or whatever. And so it was just so much of like, you know, okay, clap, make noise, stand up, say this, turn to your neighbor, do this. I can't hear you guys. All right, before we bring it, I'm gonna need to hear you guys say this, and you're not saying this, and I need you louder, and I need you da 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 da. And I was like, girl, stop asking me to do shit. You know, it is no shade, but like, leave me alone. Like, what you mean? Like, we not gonna continue the show until you hear people screaming or saying whatever? Like, why? What? Can we just hear some poetry? And there was a particular ask that she had that kind of just really, really annoyed me. She's like, you know, everybody out right now, go ahead and turn to your left and turn to your right and tell the people next to you that da-da-da. And it's like, I understand. And some people live for that. However, going back to the point of like my social media running out, I have come to appreciate being able to just like blend in and just kind of spectate sometimes, and, you know, not have anybody know me to like talk to me or anything. Like sometimes I just want to be a fly on the wall. I just want to enjoy the atmosphere. I want to enjoy the environment. I want to enjoy, you know, the art or whatever it is that I'm here for. So she kept like pressing it, like, okay, turn to your neighbor and do this and say this. And then like, you know, people were just vibing. Like people were sitting in the crowd and they're just like, okay, can we just get on with the show type shit? And so then she's like, okay, well, nope, I don't see you guys, da 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 da, and I'm not going to start the show until we da da da, and I'm not bringing out the next poet until you guys. And I was just like, girl, if you see that that's not the crowd that you have, that's okay. And that's just kind of how I felt about it, like with my own situation. Like, girl, I just wanted to come in and do some poetry. Like, no shade, but I don't really want to speak to anybody. And this was a paid event, so I just paid to get an experience of listening to poetry, because that's what was advertised. So now all this extra cooperation, all the other stuff, while I understand it is appreciated, it is not required. So girl, leave me alone. And that's just really how I was feeling about it. Call me a poor sport or a lousy participant or whatever if you want, but that's fine. But I didn't agree to that. And I'm just saying, like, if you see that there are people who might not be as social, like, you know, there are people with, like, you know, social anxiety and communication apprehension, things like that, to where like they might not be so comfortable speaking to strangers all the time. And yes, you're on the stage, you're a performer, so you might be a little bit more extroverted. But there's also people in this world who are introverts, and true introverts, and they might, or people in this world who maybe have just had a really long and unenjoyable day, and they just came here for a little bit of peace. They just wanted a chill environment, you know what I'm saying, to just relax. They probably wanted to just fade into the poetry and just take their mind off of things. And that's kind of what it was for me. And that's kind of why I go. Like, and I love that this event is in the middle of the week, because I feel like my weeks they drag. I just need a break sometimes. Like, I can't wait till the weekend. So I like to go. I'm happy that I found this event, because I could just really go there and just like listen to somebody else's problems and just get out of my own head. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I want to go and talk to people. I don't want to go and socialize. I don't want to turn to my neighbor and tell him anything. I'm sure they're lovely people, but I just would like to sit here. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you that I just sit here and I don't do all this bullshit? Okay, I get it. Yeah, it's a community. We love each other. But also love your introverted people. Love the people who don't want to be bothered. You know, I paid. I'm here. I'm supporting the event. Is that enough? Is that enough that I'm part of the audience? Can I just be? Maybe you're not like an introvert, but I remember when I was in Vegas, I used to work at a 5-star resort. And so with that, you know, we were Forbes rated, so they were very strict about, like, you know, making sure, because we can get like a mystery shop at any time, and that's our Forbes rating. It's like a travel thing. It's a big deal for them. And so they trained us on eloquent language and how we must speak, how we must hold ourselves, how we must, you know, do our body language, certain words, like phrases and stuff that we can't say. We couldn't use slang and a whole bunch of things. And so I worked there for years. And so it was just kind of like a conditioned type of thing, and we had to wear a suit, and even down to the type of belt and socks that we wore. Everything was just so controlled and so fake and so performative, and it would just eat me alive. Especially the fact that this is a high-end, you know, 5-star ultra luxury resort. The majority of our clientele was uppity folks, okay? And so how do you think I feel, you know, standing here in this goddamn monkey suit, sitting here letting these people talk to me crazy all day, every day? And I had to remain eloquent and remain polished and remain that whole, you know, Eurocentric standard of professionalism. But yeah, it would just eat me alive. And so every day when I would leave that job, I would find myself like, I would I'd walk to my car and I would just sit in there. Sometimes I would cry. It was a very stressful job at times, and we would be getting cussed out, you know, at that front desk. People treat hotel front desk like that's just the hub of, I mean, it is the hub of complaints. You got something wrong, you call the front desk and cuss us out. Meanwhile, I just clocked in. you know, people going through life and shit, and then here it is, you calling me up because, you know, you're here for your convention and your goddamn the chair in your room is not the chair that you requested and all this other stuff, and now I'm everything but a child of God, and you would, it'd be a lot. And we're doing it all with a smile. And okay, so I say all this to say, I'm generally a nice person. I'm a pleasant person, especially when I interact with people who are, you know, employees of somewhere, at a business, whatever the case might be. You know, I'm just generally a nice person. I like to make people's day, whatever. I'm gonna put on a little lipstick. This lipstick I actually invented myself, not invented, but I went to the Lip Lab by Bite Beauty and I custom made this. So I named it Lennox after Ari Lennox because the color is just like a perfect brown. I don't think it's working too well because I do got hella Vaseline on my lips already. But anyway, child, so all that to say, I would be burnt out after a shift. I would find that after I got off work and, like, you know, I'd be on my way home going to get some food or whatever I was going to eat so I can just go home and go to bed, find something to watch and just unwind. You know, when I would get to whatever little restaurant or drive-through, it would just be so, it would take so much energy for me to even just like smile at the person. Like, it just was just giving like, just give me my food, please. You know, like, hi, can I please order this? Thank you. Here's the money, give me my food. I don't care about customer service. You don't gotta fake the funk and act like you give a damn about what I'm doing this weekend or how I am or what girl, like, just do your job, girl. I'll be the easy customer today. Just all you gotta do is just give me my food so I can go home. And so that's what I'm saying, like, somebody in that audience could have that very same thing. Maybe they just wanted to escape the day and just hear some poetry and, you know, do all of that, and then they come here and you talk about turn to your neighbor and say this and say that and everybody scream and wave your hands, clap your hands. Like, girl, stop asking me to do shit. Like, can I just sit here? You know what I'm saying? And that's no wrongdoing on her part. I understand she's just trying to entertain and keep everybody engaged. But there was a point where I was like, all right, girl, give it up, delicious. But yeah, that's all. Y'all like my hair? I did a little, what y'all call them? The Kim Kardashian boxer braids. I just did like 2 cornrows. They probably look a mess. I know this ponytail part, the back braids, they do look a mess because they've been rubbing up against my neck and when I lay down and stuff, so it's been pulling little dreads out of the braid. But yeah, I did these. But yeah, that'll be the second gem of this video. Acknowledge that people are different. I guess that's just the theme. Like I said, don't expect people to be a certain way because you are that certain way, or don't expect people to act or think or feel a certain way because you do too. And just be a little bit more accepting of people who might think and be different than you are. That's the moral of the story. Even in like friendships, there was this thing I reposted the other day where so it was like a tweet that somebody tweeted about how it's just kind of like, as adults, it's just kind of childish where there's people who will like, oh, we're not friends anymore because she don't ever text me first, or she don't ever call me, so I guess we're not friends. And it's just like, maybe she's not a call first type of person. Maybe she's not a text type of person. Maybe she's not a sit on the phone all day with you type of person. Maybe that person is just going through so much in their life that, yes, sometimes it does take a lot of energy to reply to a text message. Or sometimes I don't want to reply because I don't want to start a conversation because I just want to be to myself right now. Sometimes I just want to exist. And I'm trying to figure myself out. I'm trying to get myself together. I'm stressed out beyond belief. And I don't feel like this having to do the little, what do we call them, pleasantries with somebody. Although, yes, love you to death, but I don't necessarily want to hear what's going on with your relationship today. Because I got a lot of stuff on my own mind. And I know that if I answer that phone or reply to that text message or whatever, that's what likely what we gonna talk about. But I just feel like as adults, there's no reason why, you know, people be having falling outs and stuff about this. Like, just accept that maybe people are just have different communication styles and they like to communicate in the way that's comfortable for them. It's just frustrating to me because, like, instead of y'all asking why, or what's wrong, or are you okay, or maybe they just need some space, or maybe they'll reach out to me when, you know, instead of that, it always seems like it's this like self-serving, like, oh, they're not checking on me, therefore they're fake, or they're not a good friend, or whatever. And it's just like, well, did you check on them? Are they okay? Or maybe they just need time alone. Like, could it just be okay for somebody to say like, oh yeah, I didn't text you back because I just didn't feel like it? That doesn't mean we're not friends. That doesn't mean I hate you. That doesn't mean I don't care about you. I just didn't feel like texting at that moment. And that's okay. Personally, I don't feel the need to like have to explain that to people. I don't need your permission to just have time to myself. I don't need anyone's permission to not be social at a time that I'm just really not feeling up to it, not feeling like being social. That's the freedom that we have in our lives, especially as adults. Like, it's okay. Do what serves you and don't do what doesn't. Don't let people pressure you into acting a way that feels foreign or feels uncomfortable or feels forced. Let it be genuine, you know what I'm saying? Just let people live. If people started being more real with each other, more real to each other, and just started being more authentic altogether, less feelings would be hurt, you know, less drama, less whatever. Agree to disagree and just move on, girl. That's just how I feel. That was my little 1-2 for the day. Thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below anything you want me to talk about, anything else you want to see here on this channel. Let me know. And most importantly, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss out on any more of this Tyler with the No goodness. And I will catch you all on my next video. Peace. I just don't get it. You don't like gay people? Then don't be gay. You don't like gay marriage? Don't have a gay marriage. You don't like abortion? Don't get an abortion. You know what I'm saying? You don't like premarital sex? Then don't have it.